Rockford Home for Classic Rocks 96.7. The Eagle, Double T hanging out. Special guest on the phone. Big show tonight. Daxx Nielsen, drummer for Cheap Trick. What's going on, buddy?
Double T in the house.
How you been, man?
I'm great. Been on the road for about 6 weeks now and loving life.
You guys are always so busy. Do you ever just get tired and just want to sleep?
I play drums for a living. No. Why would I want to go to sleep when I can be awake and enjoy all this stuff?
How's the tour going so far?
It's been great. Jason Bonham and his Led Zeppelin experience are opening the show. True story, the first person I ever met when I moved to Los Angeles in 2004 is playing bass for Jason now. One of my oldest friends I get to spend 2 months on the road with.
That's cool, because it's kind of nice to have some people you know.
Yeah, it's great. You know, I've been touring around this great country of ours for about 15 years now, something like that. You know, or more, 20. If you include Harmony Riley, pretty much everywhere I go, I've got friends. That gets exhausting after a while, having to hang out with friends every night.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it?
I hate those free drinks and good stories. It's terrible.
So if I flip over the Daxx Nielsen baseball card and I look at the statistics, about how many shows have you played?
Oh, my goodness. 2,000 at this point, something like that. Something ridiculous. I've been playing in a band since I was 12 years old, and I'll be 37 next week. It's been a long time.
New music came out. That's always good.
The new album is doing great. As far as albums go these days, it's selling quite a few copies, and we've had the #1 song on adult mainstream rock, our song A Long Time Coming. It's been #1, beating out Metallica and Foo Fighters and everybody.
That's something you can brag about.
Yeah, who knew? I mean, we've done 3 albums in the last 2 years. Kind of forgot about this one. It's doing great.
What's this about, a Christmas album?
Yeah, it's coming out around Halloween. We did 13 songs. It's not your typical Christmas album. We did some Chuck Berry tunes. We did the Ramones, the Kinks, I think. We did Roy Wood. And yeah, so it's not your standard, you know,
right?
Standard. It's a rock and roll Christmas album. It's awesome. It's called I Wish It Was Christmas Today, the one they did on Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully I'm not giving too much away here, but yeah, it's a rocker.
Don't worry, I won't tell anybody.
If you changed the lyrics, you wouldn't know it was a Christmas album because it would just sound like a rock and roll album.
You could take some of these Christmas songs and twist them a little bit and make them in your own style.
We're signed to Big Machine label, which is Scott Borchetta, a real prominent guy in the music industry, and he's first and foremost a Cheap Trick fan. So he said, you know, you guys used to put out 2 albums a year. Can we do that again? And we all looked around and said, hell yeah. You know, we'll play 150 shows and record 2 albums a year, just like they used to do.
Now, you just doing it between open dates?
Yeah. And, hey, do you guys want to go home for 3 days, or you want to go to Nashville or L.A. and go record 10 songs? Like, let's go record.
See, you guys never have any downtime. It's insane.
Yeah, around Christmas we do, I think. Not this year, because we're going to go tour on the Christmas album, probably.
You're going to have to open up for Trans-Siberian Orchestra or something.
How about it?
So what else have you been doing on tour? Do you get a little time in each city, or are you pretty much stuck at the venue?
A little bit of both. I'm at the hotel right now. I'm probably going to get a phone call in about 2 minutes, giving me my 30-minute warning. We're totally spoiled to get. I had a day off yesterday, but I got hired by Dwayne Lundy, who produced my brother Miles' last couple of records. He lives in Lexington, Kentucky, so he came, drove about an hour and a half to pick me up in Cincinnati and drove me back, and we recorded an EP with an artist that he's developing. I
always lived through you on social media, though, because you're always going to cool places and stuff.
Yeah, I get to eat good food, drink good beer, and make good music. You know, I had to decide yesterday between going to a Cincinnati Reds game or recording, and I chose recording. Neither of my options were too lousy.
Last night I'm watching the Cubs game. They're in San Francisco. I don't know if you got a chance to check it out, but it's Metallica night there.
I thought Lars was on there. How about that inside the ballpark home run?
Dude, that was awesome.
I was watching at the local watering hole here.
But we need a Cheap Trick night at the Cubs, maybe Blackhawks. Come on.
That would be fantastic. My buddy Len, I'm lucky enough to know Len Casper. He asked if Rick and I could do 7th inning stretch.
Yeah.
But we were on the road at the time. I guess they book it out way ahead of time. I'll do it next week. And he's like, no, we already have, we're scheduled.
Somebody couldn't trade out with you. Come on.
I know. Like, can we try again, please? That would be come true. Not that I've ever thought I would do it.
The big show is tonight at Northerly Island. Cheap Trick. I'm talking to Daxx Nielsen and Foreigner and Jason Bonham. That's a great lineup. I look forward to it. Obviously, tickets still available. So everyone here in Rockford, we should all just carpool together and head into the city. What do you think?
I've got a couple of extra seats in my car if anybody wants to come.
Oh, man. Home. Thanks, Daxx, for taking the time. I appreciate it.
All right, Double T.
Daxx Nielsen and Rockford's home for Classic Rock 96.7 The Eagle.